Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate your time today. We have a unique opportunity here for you where URL Insurance Group presents the Fixed Annuity Workshop with George Sheets. So what I want to get into with you is with annuities, you generally don't see a whole lot of lead opportunities or opportunities to grow your business from that side, mainly because it's hard to get in the door with folks or gain that trust of folks in order for them to divulge what their retirement account is or what their savings is or what they have there. So we wanted to look for a unique way to boost your annuity business and give you a little bit more to now go back with as an agent and give yourself in a boost to really crush your commissions at this point. What I want to first do is introduce URL. URL was founded in 1986 out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We still are owned and operated out of there. We are a family-owned independent operation, which is becoming more and more rare these days in the industry. We put our hats on our hands-on reliable service, our website and technology support and help. And really, our biggest thing is we call ourselves a full-service brokerage for a reason. We want you as an agent to feel as if you are getting full service from life, health, Medicare, employee benefits, and of course, annuities. So when you come to us, you keep your client with you and you can offer any of those cross-sell opportunities. We always look to go with ongoing training and help to grow your business. This is one of the unique opportunities that we got to offer to you guys. And then, of course, our Gemini and Orion programs I'd like to touch quick. Our Gemini program is an elite partnership that you work all with URL, but we offer you bonuses, trips, and other certain incentives that you will get through the Gemini program. Our Orion Services has been a department that we offered about two and a half years ago and is unique to us in the way that we will split our commissions with you. We will write the business as experts for you and keep your client in-house. So that is what our Orion Client Services team does here at URL. So let me go on to show you some of our staff quick. Steve Clements, who is our president, myself, Madalena, who is our final expense manager. We also work with Jason Collins, Rosemary Evans, and Rachel Patton, who are also the life case managers, and Maria Adams, who does our annuity specialist case managing as well. So let me introduce you a little bit to George. George was born and raised in central Pennsylvania. He currently resides in Lancaster, did attend Millersville University. George was formerly a top-selling life agent who was recognized for his college planning. And really what George's passion is for middle-class, hardworking folks to be able to retire and achieve their goals in retirement. And through doing that, George has created a very unique process that he has specialized and finely tuned to do seminars to present these options to folks, which I'll get into a little more and let George divulge on that. George was a top-selling annuity agent with over $45 million in sales in 2023 with one of our large national insurance companies. Actively, he is hosting and teaching seminars, as I mentioned, in the Central PA and Lancaster area. And with that, he is a co-author of 3 books, Winning at Retirement, Social Security Savvy, and Pay for Retirement Without Going Broke. These are options that we will also be able to offer you, which George will get into a little bit more. But what was unique about this was we have a gentleman who has had tried and true proven sales. He has a tried and true proven system, and it's one that he has had over 30 years of putting together and educating himself with a ton of different partners that he's been through, marketing companies been through, to really put this unique seminar together that has created a substantial opportunity for agents to grow their business. So with that being said, George, I do want to hand it over to you. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you, Cody. You know, I'll start this out, guys, with I hate sales. I'm not a salesman. If I had to be a salesman, like salesmen are known, I'd go work at Lowe's in the Garden Center. I'm just not a salesman. And that I hated sales. I got into this business in 2003 to help out a buddy with cancer. I was a corporate executive, and he was sick. So I had to start doing his workshops because that's what he did. First workshop I did, somebody wrote a letter that it was the worst workshop they ever attended. Yet I still closed 2 sales and brought in $20,000 in commissions on a $5,000 spend. And I was considered awful. Okay. Fast forward 1,500 workshops later, I was the #1 life insurance agent in the nation from 2003 to 2009 for a major company. And then I said, heck with it. I hate life insurance. And I went to be a bank consultant. And then I got into annuity sales 7 years ago. And now I'm part of a team that's, I do want to say it's a small team in Lancaster. We did 60 million last year among the team. I personally, through my workshops, did about 40 million. Okay. It's not that hard, but I do want to start it out with this. This is my phone's calendar system. That big green line is a workshop I did last week, lunch and dinner at a local hotel in Lancaster, a hotel. Okay. I had 100 people split among 2 workshops that cost me $6,000 to host. Here is my first week. Every one of those green spots is an appointment that was made. I literally had appointments made 1.5 days after the workshop. Those 5 or 6 green appointments, I rolled $1.2 million in those 6 appointments. $1.2 million. Anybody figure that commission out? $100,000 on a $6,000 spend. And I still got this week, Wednesday's in the middle, and then I got next week. And then right here, I'm doing another workshop at a local place. And look at my next week. It's empty, but it's going to be filled. I just roll forward. I've created a system that's based on the input from over 30 top agents over 20 years. I've made friends with a lot of people. Everybody has a great idea. I still get good ideas. I built it into a system that's unlike anything in America. It's down home. It's simple. It's not very complicated. I technically sell one product, an index annuity, because it's simple. And I just sell the heck out of it with workshops. But the people in those workshops have Medicare. They need life insurance. They need nursing home care. I just don't deal with that because I'm 65 and I don't want to deal with all that stuff. So you could actually sell those things out of this workshop too. But I'm going to put together a website with URL. It's going to be the most powerful website that our industry's ever seen. It's going to have nothing but videos. It's going to be video format. It's going to show me doing workshops, maybe even some other people. It's going to list all the things you need to buy to get into the workshop business. Honestly, it's about $2,000 and about 17 things. Okay. It's going to tell you where to rent rooms at, libraries and that. It's going to list the marketing companies. I have both a mailer company that I vetted and use heavily. I have both an internet company that I use heavily because this industry is filled with shysters who take your money and don't do what they say. So I vetted these two and they do what they say they do. For $5,000, the mailer company can put 50 to 100 people in 2 workshops for Social Security and Medicare workshop and annuities. Okay. I'm going to put together a frequently asked section question of like 60, whatever, how many videos we need that answer every question on this. It's going to be a talk show format with Cody and I, where he'll say, hey, George, tell us about how you market this. Tell us about how you do appointment setting. Tell me about how you set up the workshop. Like when someone comes in a workshop, I basically don't put out enough chairs. If I got 30 registrations, I put out 15 chairs. Why? That way, if only 25 people show up, everybody's sitting up front. And then once the 16th person shows up, I say, oh, wow, I can't believe all these people showed up, and I go get more chairs. Those little tricks pump the number. Yep. On average, I'm going to get 40 to 50 people in a workshop. I'm going to get a 30 to 50% sign-up ratio. With the stock market being up, I'm getting about 30% right now. When the stock market crashes, I'll get 50%. Okay. Of that, I'll get a certain amount of appointments. I'm not worried about how many clients I get. I'm worried about how much money I roll over because that's how I paid. So I might have 20 appointments and I might only sign 3 clients for annuities, but those 3 clients have 2 million. I routinely see 1 million, 4 million, 5 million, 8 million, 10 million. I had a guy last year at a local hotel who came looking like a bum, greasy covered and all, came in my office. His taxes were that high. I asked him how much he had. He told me 150 million. $150 million. I don't do AUM investing, but he wanted me to take 20 million to AUM it because he liked me that much. When you're in front of the room at a workshop, you are the expert. If all these people knew basics, it wouldn't work. But most of the people come to these workshops, they don't know much about Social Security. I bet you don't. They don't know much about Medicare. They don't know much about estate planning. So if you teach the basics, you look like an incredible expert. So we're going to put together this process that I've developed. It's going to be a one-stop franchise. It's free to you. Okay. It's going to be free. every single thing that you need to know in the way you do it. So, guys, I'm going to summarize this really, really well. If you want to be a farmer and you want to make 50 grand a year, this is not a program for you. If you want to be a hunter and you want to crush your commissions, anyone who enters this program that within a year isn't doing at least $200,000 a year in annuity commissions, you're not trying. I mean, you're not trying. I've done $200,000 in commissions in one workshop, and that because, again, we're throwing a big net, and then we're using the workshop to qualify the people that we want to come in our office. And because the average agent does 5 new appointments a month, I'm doing 40, and I can teach you how to do 30 or 40. Okay. So again, on April 17th, we're going to have a program put together. It's going to take a whole day. I'm going to try and bring in a marketing company or two I use. I'm going to call them. I'm going to start out with talking about how to set up a workshop, libraries, whatever. Start thinking about that. Then I'm going to talk about how to market. Then I'm going to show you how to hold the workshop. I'm going to do one right in front of you with you parent office, husband and wives, and asking questions. Then I'm going to take appointments right there. And when we take appointments, I tell you, we don't say I'll call you. I don't hand out a survey because I don't care what the attendees think. It doesn't matter to me what they think because I only want the appointments. You're going to hand out a sheet of paper with an appointment card on it, and you're going to say, I need you to fill out all the, they ask for cash, annuities, life insurance, advisor stuff. You're going to tell them to bring in statements, policies, everything. And I'm going to tell you what, they're going to flood into your office, or they're going to have it ready when you get to their house, all this stuff. And you're going to be able to sit there and in one shot, see all they have. It's going to help you with suitability because the people are going to write 10 million on there. I've had them do it. I just had a guy write $6 million worth of stuff on, and that they have policy. I've had people come in with suitcases filled out with stuff in my office. So this can be done in the home. It can be done in the office. Okay. It can be done either. And that, but you're going to take appointments at the workshop. You're going to have an assistant, like I have my wife. You're going to tell them that they have to go make an appointment at the back of the room. And you're going to tell them that they have to make that appointment within 7 days of the workshop. And if they don't, tough. I don't call people. If they don't make an appointment, 1 month later, their name gets thrown out. If they come in the office and within 2 visits, they don't give me annuity, their name gets thrown out. I don't send out a newsletter. I don't email people. I don't follow up. If someone tells me to call them to see if they want to do it, I tell them I don't call people. You call me. Here's my phone number. Again, I'm going to teach you how to be an educator, not a salesperson. You will be thought of. My workshop mentions no products. It mentions no companies. It mentions nothing. All it mentions is generic statements, indexed annuity, can't lose money, Medicare Advantage. So literally, you do not need license to do this workshop. You do not need any disclaimers on it at all. You need nothing. You can be basically a college educator. Yes, when you go to talk to them about the annuity, you need a life insurance license. So to do this program, if you're just going to do index annuities, you need a Pennsylvania life insurance license. That's it. Nothing. I don't put disclaimers on any of my mailers because I just got a life insurance license. I personally don't do AUM. I figured it out right now. I talked to about $400 to $500 million in assets in my office in little old Lancaster County, Amish country. Think what you could do in a bigger city around Philly or whatever. And I think $400 to $500 million, and I just scrape off $45 or $50 million of it, which is millions in commission, and I leave the rest go. And if I had AUM, I think I could do 20 million a year on top of that. I just don't want to deal with the AUM issues, the compliance. It's just a pain in the butt for me. But you could do it. I think that any agent doing a Social Security workshop like I do, I think you should walk away with 3 to 5 Medicare clients out of that workshop easily. If you do the estate planning workshop, I think you could do more than 3 to 5 because everybody coming in's over 60 and 80% of them have Medicare. So you may not get the original upfront fee, but you'll get the switch them over and have the main fee. So you could pay your workshop off just with the Medicare clients you sign up if you want to do it. Okay.
I think that's a good thing. Sorry to jump in, George, but I think that's a good thing to point out with what you just said is, a lot of folks that are going to be looking at this, that maybe that is your bread and butter is Medicare. And to George's point, yeah, he doesn't focus on that, but you could, and you can gain customers through that and also do their annuity business. So you can double dip with these people when they're coming in, or maybe they're people that you've already had through that business, but are great leads for you to use in your first 1 or 2 seminars that you do before you start buying leads and bringing them in and bringing other folks that haven't met you before. So use your book of business and use your specialty to also cater a little bit around this program. George mentioned he does estate planning, and he'll talk about Medicare, he'll talk about Social Security, he'll talk about some of these things, but all the slides lead to the same ending, correct, George?
It does. Every slide finishes with the same 7 slides. I just choose a name in the front because it appeals to people. We throw a big net. You know, if you put out wealth preservation, it's a small net. But we say Social Security planning workshop. You know what? It's a massive net, 60 to 69 years old. If I say estate planning workshop, how to wills and stuff like that, it's a 60 to 75 age group. It's a big net. And they estimate that 70% of people don't have wills in that age group. So they flood in. We send out 10,000 mailers for $5,000. I just had an agent here in Harrisburg on 2 nights before, on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. It's presently Thursday. He literally spent $5,000, sent out 10,000 mailers for a local place. He had 50 attendees the first night, and on the second night, he had 39 attendees.
That's great.
89 people. He's going to walk away with 20 appointments, which he didn't even want. And on the first night, 5 people walked up to him and talked to him. They waited in line. Every one of them had 500,000 to 1.5 million. Because I tell him not to answer any questions, just ask them what they have and tell them to go make an appointment. So we have a process that will bring in massive amounts of people to these workshops that have money, and then you'll sort out who doesn't at the workshop, and then you'll bring them into your office or you'll go visit them at the home. The biggest problem with this process is it honestly just generates too many qualified appointments. I literally am buried in so many appointments, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. And I laugh when I hear that people get 5 appointments and 6. So if you're an outgoing person, if you feel that you have the ability to talk to 20 or 30, I'm not saying you got to do 50. You want to talk to 20 or 30 people. You're not introverted. You want to crush your commissions. You don't want to just be a farmer. You want to be a hunter. Honestly, this program is for you because, you know, you go into a Medicare client and you call on them. Oh boy, you walk away with, I don't know what, $700. And here they are sitting with a $500,000 401k and the husband, a $300,000 401k with the wife. They have literally no idea what they're going to do with it because they don't have a financial advisor. And you mentioned that you also do investments and you'll talk to them at a separate time with that. And now they like you and they do Medicare with you. For every 3 you do that to, you're getting 1. Well, think about that. So you made $700, but on $800,000, you made a $50,000 commission. The numbers are incredible. And if you have 200 Medicare clients, 200, which is probably the average in this country, okay? Half of them are broke. I know. But half have at least 350,000 somewhere. That's on 100 clients. That's $35 million in potential annuity business just from them. And you're not going to get all that. But if you just got $3 million a year, that $35 million, that's $200,000. Come on. You're going to tell me you can't get that once you know it's there, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. So I'm not only going to teach you how to go back to your present clients and dredge them up and get money from them. I'm now going to teach you how to get new clients and plus get their Medicare on top of that, even though the Medicare is going to be chump change compared to what you're going to get on. I just did a workshop, like I said last week, as I showed you. In literally 3 days after the workshop. So I did it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I had 1.2 million in commitments on annuities, $100,000 in commissions for basically what was 5,000 in mailing, 3,000 in food. And I don't think you need to do food. I just do it for the fun of it because I'm fat and I like to eat. I mean, really, that's why I do it. I like to have my dinner and chat with the people and all. So I hope to see you on the 17th. Don't show up late. We're going to start fast. And we're going to roll through the whole day. It's probably going to be taped. I don't know if we'll have the website completely done yet by then or not, but we are going to be working on it. And I want you to start thinking now about, do you want to crush your commissions? Do you want to learn a simple process? We're not talking a complicated PowerPoint. I'm going to give you a PowerPoint to use. I used to have misspellings in those PowerPoints on purpose. We're not selling to the rich who have lawyers and CPAs. I hate that. We're not selling to the poor. Our client in this workshop has 50,000 in earnings to about 160, and they put away 200,000 to 3 million. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of middle class people with 1 to 2 million. I see it in my office all the time where they made 100,000 a year, but they've never gone on vacation in 30 years. They bought one car in 30 years and they got $2 million. I just had a guy in from a factory operator for 42 years, $3.5 million in his 401k. That is, I want you to think about that. By the way, he's giving it to us. Multiply that by the percentage commission and insurance commission. That one single deal is 250,000 in commissions. 250,000 from a workshop. It's a numbers game. We're going to teach you how to do the numbers. We're going to teach you how to hold the things. We're going to give you the whole process. Now, who shouldn't attend April 17th? Because I don't want to waste my time. Okay. Number one, if you're a person who's happy with 50 grand a year, don't come. Because if you're happy in life with 50 grand a year, I applaud you that you're happy in life. This is for people who want to make 100, 200, 300, 500,000, because they're the ones who are going to take something from this. If you're a person who doesn't follow instructions, you're going to blow it. I have a system that works. If you're a person who says, oh, that part won't work for me, or this won't work for me, or that doesn't work in my area, you're full crap. I've taught people to do this all over the country. It works. It's just that subconsciously you don't feel you can do that part of it. If you change my system, you're going to change the outcome. And maybe you'll get lucky and change the outcome for the better. But I don't know how you can be any better. The average return on investment on a workshop or on mailings in this industry is 2 to 1 to 3 to 1. That's considered great. That's what consultants do. My minimum return on investment is 7 to 1. 7 to 1. I routinely do 10 to 1, 12 to 1, 15 to 1, because I do everything opposite what the industry tells you to do. I put a common sense approach to this. So if you're commonsensical, you want to crush your commissions, you can follow a process, you're a self-learner, because I'm not going to take 50 phone calls from you. I'm going to keep referring you to the website we built. And if it's not on the website, I'll take your phone call, answer all your questions, and then I'll put it on the website as a frequently asked question. I'm hoping to have 50, 60, 70 frequently asked questions at some point in the website that could be 15, 20 minutes long. How to set it up, how to do sign-ups, how to do it. So I want you to think about this. Where could you hold one locally near your place of employment? Okay, library, community center, rec association are highly recommended. Okay, central location in your area. Number two, who could you get to help you who is a controlling person that can get people to sign up and move on fast so people don't leave the lines? So who can your assistant be? And then do you have $5,000 to $10,000 total money? You need about $2,000 to buy the items to get started, pull-ups, business cards, things like that. And you need really about $5,000 for the first workshop and another $5,000 for the second. But honestly, you should easily do 30, 40 grand in first workshop commissions, even if you're poor, and you should probably do even more than that in the second one. So I have no doubt you're going to pay off that money pretty fast. I've done it, and that with other people. So there's the requirements. Okay, they're very small, and plan on staying the day. If you're going to come and leave in the middle, you're wasting your day, because I want you to see the whole process in action so you can determine a few. We're going to be using 2 insurance companies in this. You cannot use every insurance company. This is not going to work. That's why I'm so successful. We've chosen Aspida. We've chosen Nassau. Why? They're both A-rated. They both have upfront bonus index products that go on the cash value, not the income rider. I don't write income riders. You can, but why do it? If you don't write an income rider, then 10 years from now, when the contract's up, you can go back and get them to do another 10 years, and you can make another commission. If you write an income rider, they'll never make any money in those 10 years. They'll go to use the income rider, and you don't get the right to second commission. So in 2019, I did 50 million. In 2029, I get that whole 50 million back again to rewrite. So I'm going to teach you these little tricks. Okay. Does that make sense? But Nassau and Aspida are going to be the companies used in this in this process because of the products are exactly what works. Okay. If you use other products, I don't guarantee the results. I do not guarantee the results. Start talking to Cody about suitability. If you don't have it in your life insurance license, you're gonna need suitability. You're gonna need some continuing education. If you're already annuity, then talk to Cody about coming up on those two. Wow. And I guess really that's it. I look forward to seeing you. So I'm going to leave this with you. My cell phone number is 717-475-0839. 717-475-0839. I am more than happy to talk to anyone who seriously is considering this about this April 17th meeting or have a deeper general conversation with you. I stay up till 1 a.m. and I have a ton of appointments, as you see. So I either got to call you between an appointment or we talk at 9 o'clock at night. Okay. Or we talk on a Sunday and that, but I'm more than happy to do it before April 17th. If you choose to want to chat with me or that. Okay. Cody, yeah. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, thank you, George. I appreciate that. So, yeah, what he's saying is on April 17th, we're doing the live event here at URL. So plan to be here for that. Learn the exact process, start to finish, as he mentioned. Learn your advertising, learn your marketing, learn your branding that you want to do from that. And then learn the psychology of setting these live seminars, running the process through there. Learn the psychology of setting appointments and the presentation process you are doing to clients that are going to be a 1, 2, 3 meeting process. So you can be here learning all of that process that day. As George mentioned, he's not going to hold your hand through this whole process, but really you investing, you using our resources that are going to be on the website that are going to go through making you more of the expert, giving you all the different forms that you would need, the presentations, the books, the videos, the frequently asked questions, all that will be there for you. But we plan to see you on the 17th. I look forward to seeing you. Please email me at Cody W, that's CODY, the letter W, at URLINSgroup.com. Let me know you're interested. I'll send you more information for the 17th so that you're prepared to come that day. And if in the meantime, as George mentioned, if you want to know more about Aspida, you want to know more about Nassau, you want to know more about annuities, the NAIC state suitability training you need in order to sell, that's what URL is here for. Contact us. We'd be more than happy to help you out. But George, thank you again.
Hey, Cody, hold one second. I do want to elaborate this. I have 3 books that I'm going to have with printers that you're going to be able to call, and for a small fee, they're going to print you 100 of them with your name on it, so it looks like you wrote it. And so that you're not lying, you go in and change a couple lines. That way you can call yourself a co-author. You're going to be able to stand up in front of that workshop and say, I wrote Pay for Retirement Without Going Broke. I wrote Social Security Savvy. So inevitably, you're going to look like the expert because we're going to give you books with your name on it. Yep. If you want to spend a couple $100 to get them. Number 2, I am going to set up on the website a group of forms. Over the years, I've refined and designed some really simple forms, such as an asset collection form, a free consult form, etc., that I don't want you to change. I've tweaked them. They work. We're going to have them to where you can put your name on it and print it out, and now you are the expert. You got the asset form with your name on it. You got the free consult form with your name on it, etc. So they're all things we're going to give you. It's going to be an A to Z, everything you need. Literally, there's nothing you're going to have to come up with on your own, other than where you're going to hold the workshop.
Sure. Yeah. And again, like George said, let us help you be the expert. So join us on the 17th. Again, that's Cody W at URLINSgroup.com. George's cell 717-475-0839. We look forward to seeing you there. George, thank you so much again. I appreciate you. And thank you everybody for joining.
See you then.
Thank you.